Elise and the Great Doorbell Mystery. In the quaint neighborhood of Maple Street stood a charming little house. Lived Elise, a small Pomeranian with eyes like two tiny black buttons that sparkled with mischief and intelligence. And intelligence she had in spades. Since conquering the slippery kitchen floor, which had taken both grit and determination, Elise had grown quite confident in her problem-solving abilities. You see, Elise wasn't just any dog. Oh no, she was a thinker, a detective, a canine Sherlock Holmes with a heart of gold and a tail that wagged in 360 degrees. So when the doorbell started ringing at odd hours with no one there, Elise took it upon herself to become chief detective of the household, much to the mild annoyance of Sarah, her human companion. It all began on a Tuesday morning. Ding dong. Went the bell, and Elise's fluffy ears perked up like two radar dishes on a spaceship. She raced to the window, standing on her hind legs to peer through the glass, but the porch was empty. Sarah checked too, shrugging it off as a prank. A bunch of kids messing around, she thought, heading back to her book. But Elise knew better. Someone or something was definitely there. The phantom doorbell strikes continued. Every few hours, ding dong. And every time, Elise would launch into her investigation routine, which involved a lot of sniffing, pawing at the door, and making important mental notes that only she could understand. On the fourth day, Elise decided to stake out the front door. She positioned herself behind Sarah's favorite armchair, where she had a perfect view of the entrance but remained hidden. Her tiny black eyes focused intently on the door, waiting. Ding dong. The doorknob turned, but before anyone could enter, a flash of orange and black darted away from the door. Elise was onto it in a flash. She raced to the window, and there she saw the culprit, a plump robin who had been landing on the doorbell button, apparently attracted to its shiny surface. He ruffled his feathers and hopped away just as Sarah came to the door, scratching her head in confusion. Elise yapped triumphantly, her tail wagging furiously. Mystery solved. She had cracked the case of the phantom doorbell ringer. From that day forward, whenever the bell rang mysteriously, Elise would simply woof once at the window, and the startled robin would flutter away, as if to say, "Okay, you got me." Sarah never did figure out what was causing the random doorbell rings, but she noticed that Elise seemed quite pleased with herself whenever it happened. So she played along for Elise's sake, pretending to be surprised and intrigued by the mysterious bell ringer. After all, it brought her furry friends so much joy. And joy it was. In the quiet house on Maple Street, an unlikely hero had emerged, a tiny Pomeranian with a heart of gold and a nose for mystery. For Elise, the doorbell mystery wasn't just a game. It was a chance to shine, to use her intelligence and courage to help her family and protect her home. And even though the phantom ringer turned out to be just a curious bird, Elise didn't mind. Because in her heart, she knew she had done her job well. As the sun set over Maple Street, casting long shadows across the lawn, Elise curled up at Sarah's feet, her gentle snores filling the house with warmth and contentment. The case of the phantom doorbell ringer may have been closed, but Elise's spirit of adventure and loyalty lived on, reminding Sarah that sometimes the smallest paws can make the biggest difference. And so their days passed in a peaceful rhythm filled with belly rubs, squeaky toys, and the comforting routine of their lives together. For Elise, the brave detective, and Sarah, her loving companion, their bond was unbreakable, forged in the fires of mystery, and strengthened by the ordinary magic of their everyday adventures. Elise not only conquered the kitchen floor, but also the neighborhood, proving that even the smallest heroes can make a big difference.